right, I am going to return to Steve Hughes. It's been a while since I have seen a video of his, and this particular one, it's him talking about jobs. And this one was recently recommended to me. I don't think I had it in my list already. I've got some other Steve Hughes videos in my list, but not this one. So when this one was recommended, I looked it up and put it in my list and decided that I would go ahead and watch it tonight. It's not terribly long, about 3.5 minutes. So let's just get to it. I'm already trying to guess what he's going to be saying, just based on his style of comedy, but I don't know. We'll see.
What do you want to work for? This has got to be stopped. You're supposed to evolve. Not work. Work is good from your heart to your family, whatever you do. Evolution, creativity, kindness, compassion. Work. Jobs, they can get fucked. Not that enough? Why do we have to do them? Everything's fucking built. You got a house? Yeah. You got a toilet? Yeah. You got a pub? Yeah. Well, sit the fuck down and evolve, you cunt.
Except the downside is, obviously, you have to pay for your stuff. Your house is built, but you have to pay on it. If you haven't, if you finish paying on it, you have to pay freaking property taxes to the government, or they'll come steal the house from you. So, anyway, okay. But I get his point.
Yeah, you got a pub? Yeah, well, sit the fuck down and evolve, you cunt. Fuck this.
Oh.
Little creature. It's got to be stopped working. It's a trap. It's a fucking trap. 5 days on, 2 days off. 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 How long does this last till you're fucking dead? 5 days on, 2 days off. 5 days on. And it's not even 2 full days off, is it? It's not 2 full fucking days off, because Sunday's right next to Monday. Monday's going, can you fucking feel me? Hey?
Right. I hate Mondays. You know what? Even though I work from home and I've been working from home forever, I still don't like Mondays. And I think a lot of that ties back to not just work when I worked outside the home, but also school. I hated to have to return to school. Monday was just the day. And then, like he said, I don't really fully enjoy Sundays either, because the next day is Monday, and Monday's my least favorite day. It's so he's absolutely right about that. It does kind of have that sort of mental cloud over you when you're thinking about, oh gosh, Monday.
Monday's going, can you fucking feel me? Hey? You can fucking feel me, can't you? You didn't get up till 10 to 4 this afternoon. You'll be back in bed in about 2 fucking hours. It's fucked. It's got to be stopped. It's a trap. It's made up by the ruling elite, so we're tired and poor and can't rebel or philosophise about our own existence and actually fucking evolve properly. Instead of course it is. It's slavery, but we've got to get our own accommodation and food.
I mean, he's not completely, he's not wrong. I've mentioned this before. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before on this channel, that and a lot of this the thing about jobs, especially jobs today, in modern society after widespread education, the public education system in this country anyway, and in a lot of countries, because they're kind of modeled the same. Yeah, you're going to have some exceptions here and there, but the public education system in this country was modeled after the Prussian military. And it was created specifically, it was created during the time, the Industrial Revolution and all this. And so they needed a workforce for industry, because industry was exploding and Industrial Revolution, like I said. And so they needed an educated workforce that was smart enough to follow instructions, but not smart enough to question authority. And that has remained, that has carried through to this day, that sort of mentality is still very much prevalent in most schools in this country. They may teach you to question authority in some aspects, but it's only the authority that they want you to question. It's not their authority, if that makes any sense. So it's just a lot of propaganda and mess going on in the schooling system, and then that carries over also into higher education. It's not to say that getting an education and learning is something you shouldn't do, because that's very important. It's vital. But the way our system is modeled, it's not really the best model for true learning. So trade schools, you guys, trade schools. That's the way to go. Okay. All right. I'll get back to it.
We've got to get our own accommodation and food. What it fucking is. Into some illusion they gave up slavery for morality. They did some fucking maths. Man, look at this. We've got to look after these fuckers. We've got to feed them, we've got to clothe them, they get sick, we've got to fix them, we've got to give them somewhere to live. I've worked it out. We can just give them $2.50 now. We'll tell them to fuck off. That's fucking brilliant. By the way, you lot, you're free to go. We'll see you back here at 7:30 tomorrow morning. Should be 2 days on, 5 days off. That way, everyone can have a job. If there's not enough fucking work, 2 days. Who wouldn't do 2 days? I'd do fucking 2 days. It's common decency. Isn't it? Simple fucking common decency. I'm on the earth, all right, fuck 2 days, I'm in.
Except that would not be nearly enough to pay for your life. Unfortunately. That would be awesome, though.
Isn't it? Simple fucking common decency. I'm on the earth, all right, fuck 2 days, I'm in. Most people do 2 days. What's better than 2 fucking days as soon as you have your first day? What's tomorrow? Last fucking day, mate. Yes. Plus, some people would do more. See, we just think the world all has to be the same. Fuck that. I'll do 2. Some people would come up and go, oh, what would I do, Steve? I've met them. I'd be bored. 2? What the fuck would I do with the rest of the week? Don't you get bored? No? What do you do? I'll wake up, look out the window. Yeah. Bird. Beep. Beep. Well, I'm bored, Steve. We'll go drive a bus. Fuck yeah. I'll be ready in 45 minutes. You can fucking pick me up.
So, a very short little video. I know I made it last longer because I kept pausing as things occurred to me, which is my tendency nowadays. Well, for a while it's been that way. So, as I was watching this, I was thinking of something that I saw on a TikTok video, and it was actually one of the Ocon brothers. I'm going to try to paraphrase. He said, it was Eric. He said something along these lines. Society says to be yourself. Society also says not that way, which, you know, it's kind of, it just made me think of that, because I was thinking about how one of the greatest things that one of the greatest things that I think that a person could have in their lifetime when it comes to stuff like working, career, job, whatever word you want to use, is if they can make a living doing something that they love to do. So it's not a job to them at that point. It's their life, their career. It's something that they fully enjoy, and it doesn't feel like work. And the downside to that is that reality doesn't always afford that luxury to people. And so a lot of people are stuck in jobs. They're stuck doing work that they can't stand just because they have to make money. They have to live. They have to survive. They have to provide for themselves. And I'm not trying to say that people shouldn't do that, because obviously you need to. You have to, you need to be self-reliant. You need to take care of yourself. You need to try to provide for yourself. This is obviously we're talking about healthy people, people that can function on their own. They don't have any terrible physical handicaps that prevents them. But even people with handicaps, they find a way a lot of times to be productive, to have meaning to their life, which involves, them doing jobs, career, whatever. But it just feels like it would be such a wonderful, it would be such a magnificent thing if what people did would be something that everybody loves. You think about how much the misery index would go down if everybody could make a living following their dreams, their passion, their creativity. I mean, some people are fortunate enough to be in that position. I feel very fortunate that I'm in that position because my job is something that I do enjoy a lot because it has to do with books, it's audiobooks, and so I'm very fortunate in that regard, the way things worked out. But not everybody is, unfortunately, and sorry, got to take my asthma medicine. Sorry, what was I saying? I had to stop to take my asthma medicine. Then my son came in and interrupted me. What was I saying? I think I was saying something along the lines of how great it would be if everybody could be able to provide for themselves by doing something that they fully enjoy. And I also brought up that it just so worked out for me personally that's what I'm doing. I have worked in a job that I haven't really enjoyed all that much, and it does make you it makes you dread going to work every day. There were parts about my job that I did enjoy, but then it got to a point where there were other things that were sort of incorporated into it that I absolutely hated to do. And that was really frustrating, in addition to the fact that there wasn't a pay increase to go along with the things that were added to my responsibility list. So then that, some frustration came about because of that. But overall, I did enjoy that, except towards the end when that stuff was happening. But so I can understand how it is for people that are stuck in that situation. And I think, if people can find their way out of that if they can figure out their way out of that situation while at the same time being able to still take care of themselves, that's the key. And that's tricky. And sometimes that involves doing a whole bunch of extra work that you don't want to do because you're trying to get to that goal. And anyway, I don't know. I feel like I'm philosophizing a whole bunch about stuff and it's late at night and I really shouldn't be doing that at this hour, but I get his point. Unfortunately, he kind of overlooks the reality in here, in his little bit here, that it takes money to live on this earth. And in order to have money, to get money, you have to work. There are various ways you can get money that aren't very reputable or the healthiest mentally or physically. But in general, that's why people follow that path, is because that is the typical path. And until we get to some sort of point, which we never will, but unless we're at some sort of point where everything is free and you don't have to pay for anything, people are going to they have to work. Something else that was coming to my brain when he was talking was that phrase we hear a lot about following your dreams. And that ties directly into what I was already saying about being able to follow your passion and being able to make a living off of that. And I mean, you would think that, no, it's not that you would think. I fully believe that is what everyone aspires to in general. See, I make these everyone, but no, maybe not everyone does. Let's just say I think that's what most people aspire to, is following their dreams. And a lot of people do make it to that point. A lot of people don't. Consequently, they're pretty unhappy because of that. But some people actually, they don't care. They like to just do their work, have a job. They can go clock 9 to 5 and it doesn't bother them, because their whole enjoyment, their whole life is their life outside of work. They don't mind that they have to go do this work. They don't mind it at all. They leave that behind. They don't care about careers. They don't care about making what they really enjoy being their living. They just do that. That gives them the money to go live and enjoy life. See, there's people that they don't mind that, because they understand that's just part of living. So, but anyway, I don't know. I could babble on at length, but I'm going to shut up because I was wanting to check out at least one other video before I have to call it quits for today. So I'm going to sign off now, you guys. Later.